Alright, so here. Move it over just a little bit. So what is up, everybody? I'm your boy John Deere Man 17 here, and welcome back to part 7 of this gigantic build. Basically, this build is it's gonna be it has taken a long time for me to build this thing. And boy, oh boy, you guys, it has been a long road just to get this thing done. And having all this time in the world to do this, it really does take a lot out of me. And I'm not kidding, it does. So anyway, I got so anyway, just some things I wanted to cover over with you guys is that I will be doing a tour of all my Lego Ninjago stuff, and then I'm gonna do a tour of all my Mario stuff, and then I'm gonna do a tour of all my tractors that I've built or all the tractors that are at least still around. And then I'm gonna do a review on the Speed Champ cars and all that stuff, but before I can get around to that, I gotta finish this Lego set, which trust me has been a pain in the butt for some, but not for me at least. I can get her. Which there can be a whole lot of time left. Which I don't got a whole lot of time, considering today is Friday. And I go back to school on, I think I go back on the 2nd of January. So that's gonna be bad. I'm gonna be sad that I have to go back and then not be able to play with this too much. So yeah, it's gonna make me sad that I gotta do this, but yeah. So I know this is supposed to attach to this on this side, but I'm not going to attach it just yet because I'm going to complete the entire thing, hook it together, and then actually try and make room on Bowser's Land, which I would assume that anything else is basically going to be a bit of a hassle. It's going to be quite the hazard to do this. Something I haven't said for a long time. So anyway, I'm gonna get around to starting this thing, which is, I think, just about towards the last piece of what is to become of a the rest of this. And yeah, and so anyway, my grandpa and grandma, they're gonna be out at the house today because and they probably won't be back until 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I don't know what time they'll get back, but heck, that all depends. So, anyway, let's talk a little bit more about Lego Ninjago and the potential of where the heck this thing could go. And where the heck the Lego Ninjago series could go. Well, Lego Ninjago, as you all know, was started in the primary year of what was 2000 I think 2011. So it was made in the later years, starting off with a pilot. Starting off with the pilot episode, and then taking the pilot episode and actually starting the creation of Lego Ninjago, which was started. Well, I think Lego Ninjago was actually legit started in 2010. I can't be for sure. I'm gonna have to look it up. But I'm for sure Lego Ninjago was started in the year 2010 or 2011. My guess is 2011, due to the fact that I'm not too good with television show history on how it started, when it started, why it started. But anyway, Lego Ninjago was actually an animated TV show using Kai, Jay, Zane, and Cole as the original 4 ninjas. If you guys have seen like the first season, then you know that Lloyd wasn't even introduced in the season as in the Lego Ninjago arc as the Green Ninja until like the second part of season 2. Oh no. Until season 2 when the ninjas had all become little kids and how Lloyd got grown up was when the ninjas had turned back to human-sized, well, not human-sized, but when the ninjas had returned back to their normal selves, Lloyd had done the same. He had grown up, which was somehow weird, and that was pretty much how Lloyd ended up being the size of the actual ninjas. I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah. So, anyway, that's how Lloyd became the 5th member of the ninja team. And then, in season 5, which if you guys all may know, season 5 was the Ghost season. Because the Ghost season was right after the Tournament of Elements. Not knowing what the other ninjas had returned to, but all 4 of the ninjas, the 4 original ones, Kai, Jay, Zane, and Cole, or Jay, Kai, Zane, and Cole, had to go up against Moro, the Master of Wind, and which had taken over Lloyd's body, and Lloyd was now possessed by Moro. with Lloyd being possessed by Moro, the ninjas had no choice but to try and fight him when they were at the noodle shop. And the noodle shop ended up getting destroyed. Yeah, really destroyed. Bad. And then, of course, the ninjas had to go set off on a quest to go and retrieve their friend, which they did almost towards the end of Season 5. Season 6 was the Skybound. This was the Skybound series. And that really took an epic turn, which was an epic turn of events. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was about the most wickedest season. I mean, it was awesome. The way it was made was just perfect. But poor Jay, though, ended up being alone. And that was pretty sad. And couldn't tell Nia how he felt, because you see, he just couldn't. He just didn't have the nerve. He didn't have the nerve for the next 3 seasons up until season 10, and that's when he asked Nia to marry. That's when he asked Nia to marry him. If she would, well, that wasn't until, season 10 was when Jay had asked Nia to marry him. And, of course, Nia said yes. And season 11 and season 11 was the Forbidden Spinjitzu series, which I did have at least one set out of that season. I had a few sets out of season 10. I don't know if I had any set. Yeah, I think I had one set from season 9. Nah, not fun. The way the ninjas have become now, with new hairstyles and everything else, has grown so proficient that it's no longer even allowed a thing until now. So whatever the heck happened was what was supposed to be, was what was to become of the rest of the ninja team until season 15. Season 15 was a little more dramatic, as Jay and Nia were now fighting. Not fighting like fighting with weapons, like they were mad at each other. And finally, towards the end, they weren't like the best couple. Like, takes Skylar and Kai for an example. Skylar and Kai, they were a good couple, but there was a lot. The 4 ninjas all had girlfriends, and that was pretty bad. Well, not pretty bad, but it was pretty neat to see all that happening towards right down to the end. And what prevailed right down to the end was Nia leaving the ninja team and becoming a NRG style of herself, and that's what happened from there. Up until now, season 15 is the newest season that there is right now. But it's just sad. So, anyway, on to the next part. See you guys in episode number 8.